Welcome back to the Mid-Year Mitch YouTube channel. In today's episode, we're kicking off the new year by talking about the projects we worked on in 25, as well as the plans for 26. So be sure to stick around. I'll be honest with you, 25 wasn't the most productive year in the shop. I had lofty goals. If you watched the video from last year, I think I had about 7 projects I wanted to get my hands on, and I only got my hands on 2 or 3, and we didn't get nearly as far as I wanted to. But we bought a house, and I did like 6 months worth of renovations and DIY projects to that, and then we also had a baby. So I think I have some good excuses. This is my part-time hobby / job, so we get to stuff whenever we can. But now the sacrificial split, which we worked on this bay, is now at home. It is sitting next to the Tribute Split, and the Tribute Split is now going to the body shop where it's going to get body worked and painted. So that car is moving right along. So it'll be a little while till the last split we just did gets paint, but one of our prior projects is well on its way. So the plan for this year is to start off with Overkill, the 67 Corvette. We need to finish up the front end on that. Once that's done, we're getting the 65 Roadster in here, mellow yellow, which needs to have some fiberglass work finished up, a little more birdcage work, and then that one's going home. And then we're gonna work on the 68 Corvette. We need to get the chassis assembled, get the engine in it, drivetrain ready to go, and put the body back on that. We're getting in a 65 convertible. That will be for our chassis swap class. So if you want, there's one more spot available. If you want to come out and do that, head over to my website. There's one more spot available for that. We have a 66 coupe that's also going on a Roadster shop chassis. I need to build the entire birdcage and body for that car. That'll be happening this year. And then I want to round out the year with working on a 67 convertible. We have to build a birdcage. It's going on a Roadster shop chassis, and it's going to have an entire new body. So let me know in the comments down below, which is your favorite project coming up this year and why. Also put down there, which of my personal projects are you excited to see? The COE truck back there, the C1 Corvette full build, or the Model A hot rod build. So right now I'm in the middle of working on Overkill's front end. The whole front end's ripped off, the inner fenders are out. I'm fitting up new side gills. We're gonna put bonding strips in it. We're redoing the front end because it didn't fit quite right. And then I'd like to go touch up some of these seams and maybe this seam up here. I also need to do some work in the door jambs to clean up some of the repairs that we did. I tried not to mess up the paint whenever I had this for Carlisle, but you can see we took the quarter panels off and replaced them. So the original patina is gone. So I do need to do some work to make this a little smoother. This 58 Corvette is about ready to go. I need to weld some casters in the middle, and this car should be leaving this week. Over here, my dad has been working on the 67 Camaro. The suspension, I don't remember where we left it off, but the suspension's done. The primer is pretty well knocked out. He has it sealed. The thing is pretty darn straight. The body lines look awesome. He's got a few little spots. I think he wants to blow some primer on to cover up any bare metal. And I think it's pretty much ready for paint at that point. It probably needs cleaned up real good and blown off, but I think it's in really good shape. So this thing is going back to the original color, black, which is pretty sweet. The 68 Corvette, nothing new's happened with this part of it. It's still here. It's waiting patiently. The chassis is over there, all the suspensions at my house, and the engine's in the shop. So over here in our engine row, we have the engine from the Misfit that'll probably go into the 67 Camaro. This is the rebuilt engine for the 68 Corvette. This isn't the original block, but this is the block that's basically been in it its whole life. I think it's a 69 CE block. But we have the original carbs, original intake. This thing was tested, it was dynoed. Unfortunately, we had a miscommunication, and I was not able to see it run. They just ran it without me being there. They asked if I wanted them to rerun it and mount it back up to get video, but I said, don't worry about it. I don't want to waste your shop time. Their time's valuable, so I thought it wasn't worth me trying to coordinate and getting a video. It would have been a good video, but they said it made good power. I'll put the curves up. I think I have a picture of those, but it basically made what it was supposed to. It's a little tuned down from what it was originally, but it's still a good monster. Then over here, we have my 348 that needs cleaned up pretty bad. But this is going in my Model A. It's a big old heavy tri-power, but this will be going in that hot rod. And I got to get a Bolin Brothers chassis, which they said they can stretch it just a little bit to give us some more room for this big block with the tri-power. But it's going to have like the Lakester headers coming out of it. So it's going to be, you're going to see a lot of good stuff in the front of that Model A. It's going to be all exposed. And I'd like to have the cowl somewhere like in this neighborhood so we can see these guys sticking through. But these are all the engines that we have. The transmission's rebuilt for this. The transmission's rebuilt for the Model A. They're both 68 Corvette transmissions that are like a month apart. But basically all I need, I think, for this is a clutch, probably some random bolts, and I have to rebuild some parts for the front suspension. But we have everything else to put the chassis together. I just don't want to get this thing dirty. You know, it's basically a body shop in there. So whenever I do put this all together, I'd like to leave some of it still wrapped in plastic to keep it safe, and then cover it back up till we get a chance to finish it and get the mechanicals done. So I haven't worked on this Roadster in a while. Whenever we left off with it last, we put a custom floor in the back. I repaired the rockers, repaired the front floor and firewall. We glued everything together, and that's where it sat. We had to modify the back of the birdcage to fit this floor, and I did not rivet these pillars onto the floor. Now this is fairly rigid, but you can see this is not. This door closes. This door closes pretty good, but the pillar wobbles a lot. Originally there was a luggage support. It had a little triangle that came down, which is what looks like what this is supposed to fit. And then it had a piece of steel that was kind of bent at the top to give it a little bit of strength, and it went across the floor here. I think what we're going to do on this car is I have some extra roll bar tubing from the Misfit build, like the door bars I never used. I think we're going to take a plate, put it on here, put a bar across, and then we're going to take some steel and bring it down and tie into the floor, so that way this won't sag. It'll act like the original setup. And then we're going to come in here and make a little framework to go the whole way around the inside of this, and that way we can have a storage bin on either side. That'll give it strength. These pillars together, that'll give it strength to the floor, and that way we won't rely on just rivets. So that'll stiffen this whole thing up. I wanted to glue the rear deck on the car because I could do that here and attach that cross member that goes back here, and we could have made progress. But I wanted to get that area situated first before we did that. So I bought tools to do it here, but we're not going to do that. So that'll be up. We'll work from the back, get the back end on, quarter panels, taillight panel, work on the front. We'll get this front end on. I'm going to do the same thing on this that I'm doing on Overkill. We're cutting the gills off to make it easier to install. We also want to make it look nicer with some press molded ones, and we're going to change them to 67 gills. So that'll give us a little different look, but it'll be better in the end, just overall quality. We have a smooth firewall to put on this thing as well. So this guy will be up on deck next. So I had Bears rebuild the rear end for the 68 Vet. They rebuilt our trailing arms. They did the half shafts, the steering box, and the drive shaft. Then I just have some miscellaneous Roadster shop and Silver Sport transmission boxes here for other builds. But all of these parts are rebuilt. The transmission's rebuilt, and you saw the rebuilt engine. So everything's pretty much done except for the front hubs. I need to put bushings in the control arms, but that 68 should go together pretty quick. I'm debating on bringing the 68 here once this goes, and once the 68's engine and all that stuff's in, to keep it here temporarily so that way we don't get it dirty, and maybe we can do some mechanical work on it here to get it running. So down here in the basement we have our overflow of storage. I built these shelves with some extra wood we had from the house, so that way we could hold our doors. So I got C1 doors here for our C1 project. I have some 67 doors for that 67 Roadster, some 63 doors, one for the 66 coupe we're going to do, and just a whole bunch of other stuff. Up here we have stuff for our COE, all the steps and the fenders. Have some extra Roadster shop chassis parts, vent windows, trim. We have the hood for the COE. These are some parts for the Roadster, the 67, some quarter panels. We have some of our floors, all of our big birdcage pieces. Then I got this from Dynamic for that 66 over here because the inner structure for that deck was burnt. So I have another part of a convertible over here. Then in this pile here we have C2 floor tub. This is all like Carlisle stuff I got. Dynamic rear floor for the chassis swap that we're doing. I have a convertible deck for C1 and a trunk and a midsection for a floor to build our car. So I have a cowl, have a good back end, and this has some of the middle bits of floor and structure and stuff that we need. So this will be able to help us out there. And then this is from Vet Masters. So we have their front end, their side gills, and their fenders, and a exhaust valance that we'll use on that 67 Roadster. We also have their hood. I also have one of their hoods that we're going to be using on that car. So we're basically going to be using all the fiberglass pieces that they make. And then tucked away back here is the A. I have my cowl that I bought first. And then we just have them tucked back here in the back with the Pontiac dashboard. So eventually I'd like to drag this thing out. We need to fix the issues with the roof where this ripped. We have some patch panels to do. The wood's burnt and rotten, so we have to replace that with steel. And I have the Camaro's old roof skin, and I would like this to use this to fill in the roof on this car. And then we're gonna lower the top a couple inches, and I need to order a chassis from the Bolin Brothers. So we have a lot of stuff to do on this thing, but we'll see if I can actually, get time to do that, because we have all of these other projects to work on. My customer has a nice cowl for this 67. We have that nice rear tub and a few other parts. So we almost have everything that we need, minus a convertible deck. That one I have over there is for like a 66 that I have. So I think we're just going to order him a dynamic one. We're going to need some odds and ends bonding strips. But this 67 is basically going to have 100% new body minus the doors and the deck lid. I kind of have stuff scattered everywhere. We have an extra chassis sitting outside. I have another one around the corner. This garage is full. It's detached. I think it's an oversized 2-car garage. And back here, we own all this property out here, but it would be nice to go off of our driveway here. And I've been looking at maybe getting a pole building or like a Versatube metal building and maybe putting it out here. I would kind of like to go a little bit off of this, but it slopes down. So I don't know if we have to put it a little further away and have a little driveway, or if we can get some fill and kind of blend this together and put it up. But I'd like to get a concrete pad and a building put up. So if you have any recommendations for builders, or you can help get me a deal, or you're an installer yourself and you can hook me up, I would love to get in contact with you, because I want a place to put this inside whenever it's the old cab on top of this platform. But I also want to have a body shop out here. I want to be able to do body swaps. I want to have some classes out here, do front ends, quarter panels, all that stuff, and turn the current shop into a place where we can do assembly work and restorations to keep nicely painted cars, nice. In 25, I did get Lucy running. We got the fuel system wrapped up. It ended up being a bad fuel pump, but she runs and drives great. So she's just going to be a cruiser. I would like to upgrade the front brakes to discs, put a dual master in it, and put some new brake lines in it, and just make it a little safer and more reliable there. Now my truck back here has been waiting very patiently for his turn on the channel. I think we're going to end up waiting to do the chassis swap or the body swap for this, for my flatbed truck out there, until we have another shop. One, we're going to need the height, but two, we're going to need the length to work on this thing, to have some room. So I think we're going to do some waiting, but I think we might be able to leave the engine in the truck where it is. Has this big hole cut, basically for the doghouse. We'll try to plop it down on there and leave everything pretty much the way it is, put a fresh wiring harness in it, and I have some rust repair to do on this cab and some dents and stuff to fix, but this should be a pretty nice build, and we're going to turn it into a ramp truck. I'd also like to finish the video off by thanking everybody for spending their time with me this year. I know that a lot of people were anxious to see the 68 Corvette or other projects. This is my part-time side gig, basically working at night or on weekends to try to get some builds done, get some car stuff done, and make videos. So I appreciate all of you spending your time here. I'm going to do my best to get some awesome content out to you guys. We have some different videos coming up. We have our chassis swap class that I'm going to throw a little different spin on that video. Hopefully we get a garage going up here as well, and we just have lots of cars to catch up on. A lot of people ask me about doing restoration work. At this point, I'm not taking any restorations or any new work. We're full. I'm like 2 years behind schedule right now, so I have to get caught up. I appreciate all the customers who've been patiently waiting. I think they understand the deal that this is my side hustle. I'm not here 9 to 5 doing Corvette builds. I also don't have an editor. I'm the guy that edits these, and videos can take 4 or 5 hours, depending on what they are, to to upload and to edit, and it also cuts my progress time in half whenever I'm working on cars. So I do my best to kind of be in the middle ground to get everything done. But I just really appreciate you guys spending the time with me in 25. Hopefully you'll stick around for 26 to see what we have going. We'll get some more viewers on the channel. Hopefully we can get up to 20,000 subscribers. Last year we didn't have quite as many as I would have liked, but I also didn't make a lot of videos on the topics that I would have liked to. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. We have channel memberships if you do want to throw a buck here or there, but it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It really helps my channel. It helps the channel grow. And the more money I make from the YouTube channel, which isn't very much, the more money I make, I will put back into this channel. That'll help me build a garage. That'll help get more classes to you guys, get more training, get more cars in and out of here. And it just goes right back into the builds that you guys like seeing. So I got a lot of work to do, and I'll catch you guys later.